Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be going over my best crit result of this year. So there are no more left in this year. So this will be the best crit result for 2024. Again, this is the C race. So the reason why we're already 11 minutes in to the recording is because this is the end of the 3 neutralized laps. And a disclaimer that halfway through the race, my power meter died. So there will just be a drop off in power and RPM data. But we got heart rate and everything else to look at. So yeah, let's get right into it. So this is right when the marshals pulled off. So the end of the 3rd neutralized lap. I think I raced this race pretty smart overall. It's just about a 0.8 mile loop. You know, this is the start-finish straight. It's kind of a false flat. Yeah, really nothing too crazy off the beginning of the race here. So this is also the day. Like, nothing was going right the morning of this race. I forgot my heart rate monitor, so all the heart rate data is taken from my watch off my wrist, which I was using the extended view to look at it on the bike computer. So that saved the heart rate data at least. And then the power meter died because I forgot to check the battery on it. So this day was just, nothing was going right. But it is the best result of the year. So like in that sense of when everything's going wrong, something went right. So yeah, we can skip ahead here a little bit. I don't even know how many laps to go. Obviously, this is still the first lap. We're not moving particularly fast yet. This race was like a month ago, so I honestly cannot remember, but let's jump forward a little bit. So it looks like we've strung out a little bit, jumping forward a lap. Which, yeah, so the Tufts guy at the front, I've raced against him a few times, and he's pretty strong. The person to his left now in orange, he's also pretty strong. Again, we've raced this race a couple of times against some of the same people, so we kind of know who the heavy hitters are. But yeah, this is still really early on in the race, you know, rolling 20 miles an hour on the start-finish straight. The heart rate staying relatively low. So compared to the first crit I did, where my heart rate was probably through the roof, like Garmin used to tell me that I was doing essentially a threshold or a VO2 max effort for 30 minutes. And throughout the year, it's now started telling me that this is now a 30-minute tempo effort, which I think is just huge because for me personally, like that's a huge improvement to go from basically VO2 max to tempo. It's huge. It just shows improvement. So yeah, let's jump ahead a little bit more here. So again, my tactic for this race was to sit on the Tufts kid's wheel because we knew that he was strong, so if he was going to do most of the work, I would be okay with that. So I just made sure to always stay behind him, essentially. And if he goes in a move, I'm going in that move because it's going to essentially win the race. Like, if he goes, he's going to win. But yeah, now the heart rate's a bit higher. I assume we had just attacked. The power meter you can see has died, so we are at 0 watts. Oh yeah, this was the attack. This was the attack that I hit the peak power of almost 1200 watts in order to follow. But yeah, so no more power data, no more RPM data for the rest of this race, which was kind of half upset about that because now I can't look back at the data and like actually analyze the power of, especially the end. Like the sprint was nuts. Here we go. We got an attack going on the left. Again, I am on his wheel. I am not letting him go up the road without me. Obviously, there's a rider in between us, and I'd rather be directly on his wheel. But I'm not letting him go up the road without me. So if he's following, I'm following. I'm following him. Essentially, is how I rode this race. Is because I think he has been the strongest in the past. So, all right, let's skip ahead a little bit more here. Bigger group. Still cruising in about 24. Should be a couple laps remaining here. Again, following the attacks. So the Tuscan is directly to my right here. The heart rate's come back down a bit, which is good. I can't remember if I let him go. Okay, so I don't let him go in front of me right here. But that's okay because I'm like fifth wheel. I think he's still to my right, is he not? I really gotta get a rearward facing camera on these two. It'd be cool to have both POVs. Okay, so he's not to my right. Oh no, he is still to my right. There he is. All right, so we're following him. We're on his wheel. Again, this was the plan from the beginning of the race. This was the plan. That's my friend directly to my right now, and both of our plans were to sit on his wheel. Sit on his wheel to the end and then sprint. If he's gonna close attacks, we're gonna go with it. But we're not gonna help him. That was the entire game plan here. I think this is the fastest C race that I participated in the entire year. I don't remember. No, I think it was definitely slower in the spring than it was in the fall, which in my mind makes sense because I don't know how much training people actually do in the winter, especially for the C category. But like, obviously you're riding throughout the summer, and if you're racing every week, you gotta go faster. So in my eyes, that makes sense. I think we have 5 laps left. I could be wrong. It could be 4, but just based off of how much distance is left, I believe we have 5 laps left. And again, here he goes. Here goes the tough skid. My friend's on his wheel, and I'm gonna get to my friend's wheel essentially, and we're gonna sit on him. Oh yes, and my friend went up there to do a pull. I was not going to. I was pulling a Jonas Vingegaard right here in the Tour de France. This is what I was doing. I was wheel sucking for sure. Now the heart rate is up. But at this point in the spring, my heart rate would have been like 195. Like it's down overall. Like I have gotten much fitter since starting the race for sure. So we're all just chilling. I want to say it's 2 laps left. I want to say. I could be wrong. We could be going in the last lap, but I want to say it's 2 laps. Let's see if we can spot it. What does it say over on the left? 2 laps to go. Okay, 2 laps to go. can skip ahead a lap. Alright, so here we are coming to start finish straight. I have fallen off his wheel at this point, which is not great. Again, the plan was to basically be on his wheel the entire race so that hopefully he does most of the work, so that by the time it comes to the sprint, we can beat him to the line. I'm just gonna let the rest of this play out because I believe there's one lap left. So this is the second to last lap. So we're gonna be going to the last lap. We're just gonna let it play out because I think we're doing 2 or 3 minute laps at this point. So yeah, you can hear the bell. It's the last lap. Right now, I was probably freaking out because I can see people up the road. I can see my targeted rider up the road, and I am not on his wheel. But I can. So this is a little kicker, but I can punch it pretty hard here. And I think they kind of sat up. The 3 riders that were off the front here, or 3 or 4 riders that were off the front, I think they kind of sat up. I don't know if that was on purpose. But again, I would have loved to see what my power data was for this, because this is not good. We're at half a lap to go, and I'm in the wind trying to get back to the front. But they all sat up, which was, I mean, maybe it's because no one person wanted to do the work at the front, which was perfectly understandable. They weren't quite far enough away to where it would be a clean breakaway and they would win. So I get why they sat up. But here we go. Here's the sprint to the line. Again, I would love to see my power data here. And that is a second place. I was a second place. I was, I don't know, 10 feet, 2 bike lengths maybe, bike and a half, way away from winning the race. Which was good. Which was good. Again, this morning, nothing went right for me personally. Nothing went right. Forgot my heart rate monitor. The power meter dies. Like nothing was going right before and in the middle of the race. But at the end, we managed to pull out, I don't want to say salvage, because I still rode a good race, in my opinion. At least improved a lot since I started racing in the spring. And so I'm happy with the result. I'm just upset and a little frustrated that I didn't check the battery on my power meter, that I forgot my heart rate monitor. So at least I had heart rate on the wrist, which I think is better than having no heart rate to ride off of, especially when the power meter dies and you no longer can ride off of power. But yeah, no, that was my best result. Yeah, that's pretty much the end of the racing season for 2024. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.